We are headed to Power Tour West 2024. Power Tour West 2024 is back. It's a 5-day event. There's going to be 5 venues in 5 different cities. I'm going to share all the details we know so far about it with you. I'm going to show you what I think the routes might look like between venues. Let's get into it. So I was super fortunate to be able to participate in the first Power Tour West in 20 years, Power Tour West 2023. That was a 3-day event, which was the Irwindale Speedway to the Las Vegas Speedway to the In-N-Out Pomona drag strip. That was a ton of fun. I got to cruise with a ton of great people. My car, big Orca, my 1988 Chevy Caprice that his LS swapped. It's a 5.3 LM7. That car did great. What I want to get into now is the first venue, the Pomona In-N-Out drag strip, part of the Pomona Fairplex complex. This is an awesome drag strip. It's a full quarter mile, great stands, large parking lot. There's a lot of space where they'll be able to do a lot of activities, have a lot of things set up for us at this event. So far, they've promised drag racing at the Pomona drag strip. That's to be expected. Moving into the drive south, if you're staying in the Pomona area, you would basically take the 57 to Interstate 5 and take Interstate 5 all the way to San Diego. Along the 5, there are a lot of services. There's lots of gas stations. There's lots of food. It won't be difficult to travel along the 5. The only place where you'll have a little bit of a long stretch is between San Clemente and Oceanside along Camp Pendleton. There's a bit of a stretch where there's not very many services, but that's honestly only about 20 miles, maybe less than that. Very easy. The second event is the Pechanga Arena. Hot Rod has not really released any details about what activities they're going to have for us at Pechanga. It's a little bit older entertainment and sporting complex. The main arena is indoors, but there's a very large parking lot around it. There's regularly swap meets, including some automotive-themed swap meets at the arena, and I'm very excited to see what they have in store for us there. Moving into day 3 of the event, San Diego to Indio at the Riverside Fairgrounds complex. There is 2 main possible routes. The first route would take us on the 15 through Escondido to Temecula, and then cut across some back roads to Indio. Route involves a lot of freeway. There's really no shortage of services or amenities along the route. The other route, which I'm hopeful is recommended by Hot Rod, would take us through part of East County, San Diego, through Ramona into Santa Isabel. From Santa Isabel, it would either take us into Julian and Banner up into Borrego Springs, or it would take us through Ranchita into Borrego Springs. The drive from Ranchita into Borrego Springs goes over what's called Montezuma Grade, which is extremely scenic, but does require you to be on your brakes for a pretty extended drive, so be careful with that. If Hot Rod chooses this route, there's lots of options for service and amenities, despite these being small locations. The Riverside County Fairgrounds is a fairly good-sized venue. Personally, I've never been to it. I'm sure that they'll have some awesome stuff set up for us. Definitely looking forward to it. Day 4 takes us to Windsor Beach at Lake Havasu. This is a 175-mile drive. There's 2 possible routes. Both of them involve getting on the 10 in Indio and cruising partway across. The first route would have us take Route 177 up to the 62 and follow that most of the way up to Lake Havasu. The second route would have us go further on the 10 to Blythe and take the 95 up to Lake Havasu. There's not a ton of amenities along either route. It probably makes more sense to go to Blythe because while the route is slightly longer, there's more amenities available in Blythe, and that's an opportunity to stop and refuel and have lunch, whatever you need to do. I'll be very interested to see what route Hot Rod gives us for this leg of the journey. I've never been to Lake Havasu before, but in doing research for this video, it's clearly very beautiful. Windsor Beach looks like it's going to be an excellent venue. It has a very large parking lot right on the water. I'm not sure what Hot Rod has prepared for us at Windsor Beach, but I'm sure that there's going to be a lot of fun there. By far, the longest leg of the journey will be from Lake Havasu to Chandler, Arizona on the last day of the event. Chandler is just south of Phoenix and is part of the greater Phoenix area. The likely route takes the 95 down to the 72, eventually joining Interstate 10. Part of this route is fairly sparse, with services appearing to be available in Parker, about 40 miles into the journey, Boyce, I'm not sure how to pronounce this city, 60 miles into the trip. New Hope has a travel center 95 miles into the trip, with a couple other travel centers along Interstate 10 before entering the Phoenix area. Once into the Phoenix area, there will be plenty of services, plenty of food, plenty of gas. Won't have a problem finding anything. Should Hot Rod suggest a route with more back roads, the likely change would be to get on the 60 about 85 miles into the drive and take that to the 303, which is inside the Phoenix area. This route has slightly less fuel available, but services are available in Siloam, about 95 miles into the drive, Wendon, about 102 miles into the drive, and Aguila, about 125 miles into the drive. Wickenburg has a lot of services available about 150 miles into the drive, and there is fuel available in Churchill South about 170 miles into the drive. At around 180 miles, you would reach the outskirts of the Phoenix area and services become plentiful again. The journey ends south of Phoenix at the Radford Racing School. This is a large facility with a lot to offer. Hot Rod has promised us autocross at this facility, and I'm very excited for it. I think there's going to be a lot of stuff offered here. Moving into my plans for the Caprice, I'm going to be taking my 1988 Chevy Caprice Classic. It is a great road trip car. I have it pretty dialed in. There's a couple of things I want to address on it before the trip. It has a major exhaust leak at the driver's side header collector. I have a new set of gaskets for that, and hopefully that will be an easy fix. The other change I'd like to make is I'd like to put fresh shocks on the rear of the car. The shocks have like 40,000 miles on them, and they were pretty budget KYB shocks. They've performed well, but I've had the car at 3 different heights with these shocks, and they have not enjoyed the constant stress and changes. Final thing I'd like to do is make sure the exhaust isn't touching the body anywhere. I believe there's a spot, possibly 2 spots, where the exhaust might be rubbing the body close to the back of the car, where some hangers might need some adjustment. The only other thing I'd like to do to the car is honestly some cosmetic upgrade. I'm looking at either having a livery put on the car, something with a grunge patriotic theme, or possibly taking the car and making it a rally-style road trip car inspired by Gas Monkey Garage's 1975 Caprice rally car. Definitely let me know in the comments what you think about either of those possibilities and how you'd like to see me dress up the car. If you'd like to see more updates as Hot Rod Magazine releases more information about Power Tour West 2024, be sure to find me on Instagram at LugnutLang. If you found this video helpful, please be sure to smash the subscribe button. I'm a small channel right now, and I'm really trying to grow. I want to do more creating and do more stuff in the automotive space. Thanks for watching, and I will see you on Power Tour West 2024 and here on the Lugnut Lang channel.